Hello YouTubers, this is Condor Man Do-It-Yourself Projects. I'm showing you a video today of how to take off a quick release off of some of the most newer road bikes and mountain bikes. There are trikes out there that have quick releases or a type of quick release. This one has a lever and it's made by Bontrager. And this is a Trek bicycle, and it is real easy to take the front wheel off. And one time I'll show you how to do the rear wheel. But today I'm showing the front wheel, just for those of you out there that are not familiar with quick releases on hubs. It just makes it real easy to be able to take off a tire, especially if you need to change the tube or change a tire or do something of that nature, or just simply clean it. So what you do is you take this lever right here, this is the lever, and you want to pull it straight out like so. Sometimes you got notches on the forks, so sometimes you'll have to turn it a couple turns to get it free of those notches. Then you just simply, okay, so on this bike, on my brake lever here, I have a little on this side, a little knob down here that pushes forward. Let's see, this one's on, let's see. Well, I take that back. I think it's just on the rear. So, oh, here it is, the one on the front. So let me bring the camera around so that you can see what I'm talking about. So right here on the brake lever, well, on the brake, the actual brake, you got this lever right here. So on mine, you got to push this forward in order to widen the brake pads right here. So when you pull it down, as you see, let me see if I can get a closer view. It pulls itself in by pushing it down. But in this case, I want to pull it down, which is actually up in this case because the bicycle's upside down. And that'll open up the brake pads. So now what I want to do is once I get the brake pads spread out like so, once I undo my quick release and turn it a couple times to get it past these little forks right here, then I can just simply pull my wheel off. On this one, I got to unscrew a little bit more on the right side, and just simply just pull straight out like so. So this is the lever. This is the hub here. This is the quick release where it moves in and out. B stands for Bontrager, for those of you that aren't familiar with Trek's components. And then so a quick release basically works by springs. So it's got a shaft, and I'll take the shaft out here so that you can see what it looks like. Real simple to replace if you ever have to replace them. So let me see here. So let me see, get into the view here. So the right side, which is actually the left side, the crank side of the bicycle, has a spring, and here's the spring. It's real little. It's a cone shape. So that cone, the end of the cone goes on first, and then the screwed mechanism that goes on right after that. The wide part of the spring goes towards the screw, and on this end it goes towards the mount, the main base here of the quick release arm. The fat end goes on this side of the mount, and the little spring portion, the end of the cone, goes towards the rim, just like it does on the crank side of the front wheel. The cone goes towards the hub on both sides, and the fatter end, the wider end, goes against this bolt here and against this here. So when you take this off, see, that's what I didn't want to do, is drop it, because once you don't want to lose that spring or anything. So when you take that off, you can simply just pull it right out of the hub, just like so. And this is a shaft like so. And to put it back in, and this is a spring here. Let me show you the spring. So you see the spring right there. You got the wide end going towards the mount. Then you just press it back in, slide it back through the hub, out the other side, And then you put this part of spring right here. I see my finger is moving up here on my right hand. You just slide that back on. Then you put pressure with the nut, the round nut, against it and turn it in. Make sure the spring is in the center of the bolt here, and you just turn it on like so. Then this little piece right here, you see this, here we go in the camera right here. See that round, little skinny round piece that's connected to the center of this aluminum hub piece? You want to make sure that your fork rests on that pin on both sides. So on the other side, it's the same thing. You see this little metal ring collar here has to mount on the forks in between the grooves right here. It'll set right here in these grooves. So we'll turn it around, we'll put it back on, and it just slides, and it fits right on them grooves, right on the edge. Then I just want to screw in my lock nut here on the opposite side, which on my bike it's on the crank side. And I'm just going to tighten it almost snug. And I'm going to loosen mine up just a hair because it's a little too tight. So you want the quick release to go down fairly tight, but not so tight to where you can't push it down. So I'm going to undo this a little bit more. You want to make sure that your tire is centered with the fork. So it's going to be about, on mine it's about 1/4 of an inch here, and it's about 1/4 of an inch on the other side. You want it perfectly in the center. A lot of times you can just spin the wheel and it'll just true itself as long as this is pushed down tight against the forks, because you want them tight against the forks. So then you just simply press up like so until you get almost to the fork, and then stop, because you don't want it touching your fork. You just want it tight enough to where you can, you know, have it straight. Some people push them down here, but on my bikes I just like to press it up here so I can see it while I'm riding down the road. I can see that my tightener is up and down my arm here, so I know it's not falling off or pulled out or caught on a limb or something like that. So now you can see that it's perfectly round. It spins down because both pins are setting down in the fork here, and it's just perfectly tight. It doesn't have to be very tight, it's just tight enough and snug, but you want it tight enough to where it compresses against this rubber here on this platform mount here, in order for it to get a good tightness so that your wheel don't come off. All right, well, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, or please like. It doesn't cost you anything either. And it helps me to be able to keep putting videos out and try to find new content for you guys that you might be interested in. Thank you very much. Have a great day.